Hey there, welcome to FiddleHed Fiddle Lessons. I'm going to show you how to play the Cantina Band Theme from the movie Star Wars, composed by John Williams and played by aliens. Drinking blue milk. So I'm going to play the whole thing and then show you how to do it in a very progressive step-by-step manner. Cool. So now that you've heard it, let's learn how to do it. So this tune is one of my favorite melodies. I've played it with several bands. My first band, Paddlefoot, was actually my second band, and Diego's Umbrella. And I feel like I've played it elsewhere too. It's just such a fun tune, and it kind of translates to a fiddle tune as well. So before we start, I'm just going to show you a few scale things that I think will help. And so basically you could warm up with the F major scale starting D low 2. Maybe D Dorian. And finally, some chromatic scales. I like to show people chromatic scales on single strings. What is a chromatic scale? It's like every note, if you were to play every note on the piano or every note in Western harmony. So listen to it just on the D. Open, low 1, 1, low 2, 2, 3, low 4, open A. But that'll help a lot with this tune. It's got kind of a jazzy feel to it, and jazz tends to have like these chromatic things in it. So if you don't do the scales, you can still learn the tune, but I think it really helps. And it really helps accelerate your learning and understanding to mix the two, to alternate scales and tunes. So I'm just going to dive in. We're going to work through the tune part by part, starting with the first quarter of the A part. I'm just going to show you two parts. With flow, broken down, so a lot of tricky things in here. So this makes it kind of an intermediate to advanced lesson, I think. But I'm going to do it a little more quickly. The first bar is... kind of a tricky rhythm. It helps sometimes to separate out the rhythm from the melody to help you get it. So you could kind of scat sing it like da 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 da. Go ahead and try that on your own. Another really good way to kind of get rhythms is listen to them a bunch and try to clap them. Do 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 do. Very powerful technique. Maybe we'll do that in the next bar. But in this first bar, we're just going open A to A3 a bunch. And then we go down to D low 4 and A. So that, if you're new to fourth finger or low 4, this would be a good practice point. Just open A to D low 4. And then use your inventiveness as a fiddler to make it creative, adding rhythms. Whatever you want to come up with, just anything to keep it fun, keep you practicing that difficult part, that interval. So then the next quarter is, next bar. So this is that chromatic scale I was talking about earlier, where that would have helped you prepare for this. We're going A to D low 4, back to A to D3, then 2, 3, 2, low 2, open. All right. So I'm gonna keep going through the lesson, but I do have tabs for this free forever on FiddleHed. You just have to go to follow the link to check it out. I think I'm gonna make sheet music for it too. I'm kind of doing this lesson really quick for May the 4th be with you in 2019, just in case you look at this in some other year in the future. Okay, so now let's move on. I'm gonna do the entire second quarter for you with flow. And broken down. So notice that the first bar is the same as the first bar from the first quarter. So if you did practice that a bunch, you're in good shape now. And then the thing in the second quarter will end differently with. And we're gonna do that really slowly. D3, 3, 2, 3, and then a low 2, 1, low 1, open A, D3. Again, consult the tabs, but listen to it again. Let's use our scat singing. Da 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 da. Use your jazz hands. Da 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 da. You know, any different angle on practicing and hearing things in your mind is good. And then let's do the clapping technique. Da 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 da. Slower. Da 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 da. I think that's kind of hard. So, all right. But the good news is the third quarter is the same. No, it's not. The third quarter is unique, but it also begins the same. Let's do it right now. It kind of sounds like this somber classical piece now. Kind of amazing and wonderful how just changing tempo and the feel a little bit can totally reinvent some music. Anyway, let's get back to the tune. I'm going to break that down for you. Notice that the first bar is you already know. So then this one ends differently as well, with starting A low 2, A, D3, low 2, open. Okay? And now we'll just do the fourth quarter of the A part. Notice that this is totally different. All right, so broken down. All right, so it begins with open D, low 2, open A, low 2. That's not too bad. And then A low 4, 3, and then D low 4, A, D low 2. That's a pretty difficult part of the tune because you're. So we have this tricky rhythm too. Da 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 da. So another practice tip, so we learned how to separate out the rhythm and just do da 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 da. But you can also separate out the melody and play it without the rhythm to get the left hand. Isn't that very useful? And then you can put it all together. And loop it. Always loop things. It's like that little part to me is like the punchline to a joke. So maybe take a moment to practice that, and then when you're ready, try to play along with this play along track that I made for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, if you did practice that, thank you. I always am very grateful to students who practice, because then when we get together for a lesson or something, it sounds like music. It's not like a struggle to relearn everything we've done. So kudos to you. And I hope to meet you someday and play this song with you somehow, or some other song. That's just a pipe dream got this dream of just going around the country in like a motorhome and meeting people and playing fiddle. Maybe next year. I know I should do it now, but I'm thinking next year. Anyway, you don't want to hear about that. You want to learn this tune. Okay. I just get carried away, just in my own imaginary world, imagining what you are like out there. And it's kind of real in a way, but I know I shouldn't get back to the lesson. So the B part begins, I'm just going to play the entire first quarter with flow, and then I'm going to break it down for you. Now broken down. So it's a lot of E3 to E low 1. Okay, and then we do, on the third time, we end with 2, 3. Note that's a regular 2, a natural 2. Sometimes we'll use low 2, which makes this tricky, and it's also part of the chromatic nature of this tune. And then we have kind of a tricky interval, E low 1 to A3. That might be one you practice. You also might want to practice that in a series. 3 low 2, 3 low 1, 2, 3. You can always find a way to make up an exercise from a tune. Basically, all I do in FiddleHed is teach you tunes that are cool, and when students have encountered difficulty with things, I know to just make an exercise from that. And so what I really want you to be able to do is to do this on your own. By taking these lessons, I hope you start to get the idea of, oh, that's hard for me, going from low 1 to 2. How can I practice that? Do it in fun ways. And then it won't even feel like you're doing some kind of disciplined practice. Okay, so cool. Let's do the second quarter of this B part. So notice that this begins the same as the first quarter, and that the third quarter will be the same as well. So it begins with. So the only difference with the second quarter from the first quarter is that instead of ending E low 1 to A3, we're going to end E low 2 to A low 2. Here's the whole second quarter again. Very tricky, I think. The third quarter is the same as the first, so if you practice that, you're in good shape, and if not, just keep working at it. I'll review it for you right now. And now we'll do the fourth quarter of the B part melody, which is totally different. Again, the end feels like a punchline. Like da 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 da, shave and a haircut. I'm gonna break this down for you very slowly, the fourth quarter. Alright, so we begin with a low 1, A3, E, low 1. Then we do the same thing with a regular 1 and move up to A1. Let's do those two things back to back. And then we do 2, 3, A3, E. So this whole bar is. And then the last bar of the song begins with on D, open, low 2, a low 1, 3. Each little part of this could be an amazing exercise. You can play it up and down, make a little scale out of it, mix up the notes. There's so many ways you could practice that. And then we have something difficult. After that A3, we go to D low 4. And so I think this is a good exercise. And then we end with A, D low 2. So that's the whole tune. Congrats on making it to the end of this lesson. And I hope you have fun with that. I hope you have fun on May the 4th be with you today, or whatever day. If you're a Star Wars fan, every day is May the 4th be with you, right? So if you like this video, please subscribe, please like the video, and please hit the notification bells in case you want to hear more lessons from me. And thanks for watching. This has been fun teaching you, and let me know what other tunes you want to hear and how this could be better as well. Cheers. Go to FiddleHed.com for a progressive step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the video. Excellent. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.